Hello, folks, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this new episode of my campaign, of my new campaign in Hearts of Iron 4 with the awesome Total War mod. As you can see, there is now the webcam overlay, and because this is meant to be a really special introductory episode for my next campaign, which, if you follow my channel, should remember that this one will be about will be played with my home country, which is of course Italy. Yeah, Mario. So I noticed that they changed here the flags. Maybe the mod was updated. Yeah, most likely it was updated in the last days, but with Italy. So as always, well, I'm playing on the elite difficulty just because I like challenges. But for this campaign, and this is why I'm using the webcam overlay, because you can see my my reaction, my own reaction to what I did to the game, uh, is because I not only changed a bit of Italy, but also changed a bit something in Ethiopia. And let's call this campaign as ambitions, Italian ambitions, yeah. Now, um, let's wait. Alright, so I don't want to hear Mr. Adolf talking, and yeah, we know this. And okay, so for those of you who may have missed a few episodes in the past, I did some customization to the Italian focus tree. I added this focus, which will give me some factories in the south, civilian factories, the same here, which will give me some military factories in the south. I changed these two icons. I added this extra focus, which will give me some bonuses. I added the expand the Piedmont mines and the stockpile fuel, as well as this branch here, which requires the decision. Oh god damn! I forgot the welcome. Oh my god. Well, requires this decision here, and this will allow me to develop the, let's say, the coastal regions of Libya. And as you can see, these are all 70 days foci, which means I need to invest 280 days. And to reach here, I need to pass through the industrial effort. The Rome wasn't built in a day, University of Trieste, the oil autarky, industrial triangle, and these three starting foci, which is, I guess, it will be a huge investment because I never tested it. And yeah. Now, I mentioned that I did also some changes to Ethiopia, and I did a few of them, and I'm gonna do them a few right now, and I will come back to you guys in a few seconds. Okay, so a few things changed now on the map, and as you can see, the strength of the Ethiopian units has significantly dropped. This is because I just did some small changes to the Ethiopian templates, basically. And what I did was just to add the divisional headquarters and the how it's called, the engineer support company, just to provide some small bonuses on the defensive stats of the divisions. And in addition to this, I've also added a few generals to the Ethiopian, let's say, high command, which will provide some bonuses in division organization as well as division defense. And in addition to that, I gave, just for fun, I don't know how will it go, but just for fun and to challenge myself, I added to the Ethiopians the whole branch of the defense and fortifications doctrines here, so that they will actually benefit from a 13 more how it's called entrenchment values here, and a much faster entrenchment regain speed. Of course, I also provided the Ethiopians with some more extra equipment with which to reinforce those divisions. And talking about divisions, as I'm recording this special episode, I also would like now to talk about what I would like to do with Italy. In terms of division, I don't know, I think most of the non-Italians don't know it, but in 1938, one of the Italian generals, uh, Alberto Pariani, I think, yeah, Pariani, made his famous reform, which basically converted, let's say, every division into binary division, which means he removed one regiment from each infantry division. His idea was that, okay, by having smaller divisions, we can raise more divisions, we can have more troops, they will be more mobile in a desert-oriented warfare, and this made actually sense given the size of the Italian industry and stuff like that. The problem of this choice was that, let's say, increasing the expansion of the Italian army was not accompanied with the expansion of the officer corps. So imagine playing Hearts of Iron 3, and you, I don't know, you train, let's say, 40 divisions, but in the, I think it was the leadership section, you don't invest leadership points into officer training. So in the end, you will end up with 40 divisions, which may have been equipped with the latest technological innovations of your country, but they are poorly led, and they will, I guess, be defeated almost immediately in battle, because they have no org, there are no officers leading those men into the fighting. And this is something that I do not want to repeat in House of Iron 4. I'm a huge fan of the triangular divisions, so I will, yeah, get rid of these binary divisions. I really don't like them. In terms of division, I noticed that motorized troops are really powerful. They can be really powerful in the total war mod because of their bonuses in speed, and I can actually do it with you guys. This means just motorized division in Italian for those of you who don't know it. And yeah, just give me a few seconds and then I will come back to the template. Okay, so this is how the ideal Italian motorized division should look like. So with 9 motorized battalions and 2 armored car battalions for a combat width of 20. Given that the Italian industry is not that well developed, I am not keen to add some motorized artillery. Also because I just noticed that if I add some motorized artillery, the speed drops down. So if you guys know any way to increase the speed of the motorized artillery, please let me know, because I'm really curious to see if there is any. And the idea would be to have a small but elite core of motorized units with which to rush through the Egypt border here towards the Suez Canal. And I would like to have this maybe also supported with some armored divisions, and my idea would be to rush through the Suez Canal, because as I am playing with Italy, my intention would be to, once the Horn of Africa will be mine, my idea would be to deploy I wouldn't say as many troops as possible, but definitely a consistent army to hold here as many allied divisions as possible. And by holding them here, I could maybe reduce the pressure on the Egyptian border, because I saw what happened in my previous campaign with Turkey, that the Italian AI just lost the empire, and then there were, I don't know how many billions of divisions deployed on the front. And I can imagine that this will turn into a stalemate. But because now I am playing as Italy and I won't have all the bonuses that the previous Italian AI was enjoying, um, yeah, I need to think at something at how to treat the AI in this case, and this would be really to hold the line here as long and as much as possible to then open the supply path here throughout the Suez Canal and send some supplies here to the Horn of Africa. Second, I would like to do something that, let's say, to keep this campaign more challenging. I would like to do something that really happened in history, and it is the help that Italy provided to Franco when the Spanish Civil War began. This was a pretty massive investment, and it costed, I would say, millions of liras of the time. And I'm sure that if those millions of liras would have been invested into, I don't know, modernizing the artillery park, the tank park, the aviation, stuff like that, maybe Franco may have lost the war, but history may have gone completely different. And this is what I would like to recreate in Hearts of Iron 4, so to change history basically, while keeping to the historical events as much as possible. So I said about the motorized and the plans. I would like to disband these binary divisions as well as these divisions of wild men. What's that? No, I don't like them. I would like to keep the Alpine divisions and the infantry divisions. So now it looks like this, and now it looks like this. So I replaced the light infantry units with regular infantry, and I've also greatly expanded the artillery support of the divisions. I would like to have this time a 24 combat width, unlike the motorized troops, and to have 2 light artillery battalions, 2 anti-tank battalions, 1 medium and 1 heavy artillery battalions. In terms of support, I just added the field hospital here, recon company, extra logistics, and motorized logistics company. And the infantry divisions, let's see, the Alpine, yeah, they still look fine. Will be mainly tasked with, I guess, with the invasion of Yugoslavia and the invasion of Greece, as well as maybe holding the line here along the future Italian Empire. We also have the garrison division. The garrison division will be maybe expanded, and the garrison divisions will also participate in the defense of the Italian Empire. So that's all concerning the land forces. But Italy, as you know, is, let's say, situated in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, and as such, it requires also some naval management. And as you may know, why I could be rather good in terms of land warfare, I am really bad in terms of naval warfare. Now I'm laughing because I don't want to cry on stream, on live, on the webcam. So the Italian fleet is rather big, but yeah, given the goal of this campaign, I would like to focus, mainly on a couple of things. And these things are destroyers to protect my convoys, my supply convoys across the Mediterranean. Maybe I was thinking also light cruisers as an extra protection tool for my convoys, and submarines to in turn harass the enemy convoys across our sea, as the old Romans called the Mediterranean Sea, Mare Nostrum, our sea. And yeah, so destroyers, light cruisers, and submarines. The bulk of the support from both the naval operations as well as the land-based operations will be, of course, the Air Force. And as such, it is my intention to focus exclusively on the close air support, the fighters, and naval bomber branches. I mean, fighters and close air support, I think it's obvious, and naval bombers because I think that they are quite good in hunting down ships. I'm aware that by playing on the elite difficulty, the AI receives massive bonuses in terms of naval anti-aircraft support and stuff like that. Still, given that Italy is not that great, that major power, I would like to focus on these three branches. And since we talk about research, well, I mean, of course, I just said the naval, the aircraft, well, artillery, I think I will have to develop basically everything because I have light, medium, heavy, and anti-tank guns. I don't think I will develop the anti-aircraft branch. Tanks, I will have to develop tanks because I need to have some support for my motorized divisions. Support, yeah, I think that all the supports will be needed. Infantry equipment, I think all of it will be needed, so oh my god. And in terms of constructions, I think again, many of these technologies are really appetizing, especially these ones which reduce the production cost of many units. And yeah, so I guess I discussed about everything. So milking the Ethiopian war as much as possible, which could be also detrimental because maybe I may lose that much equipment that I would basically fuck up my whole game. And yeah, I don't know. And then help Franco in Spain and then get ready to sweep across Egypt and then provide some help to the Italian army down here. Oh yeah, foci. Yeah, so I would like to rush also the Suez Canal because it is my intention later on to go through these four foci here. So once I am controlling Greece, Albania, and Yugoslavia, I would like to meet again our old friends of Turkey, and then declare war against Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Iran. And let's say the ultimate goal of this crazy campaign, once again, would be to finish off the Soviet Union. Yeah, well, so I think that's all from my side. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you very much for your support. If you have any ideas, just let me know. If you know how to manage the fleets, please tell me because I need your help for this campaign. And yeah, that's all. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy, and see you all in the next episode, which will cover the year 1936 and the Ethiopian War.